So the story for a deer that I call Tall Boy really started last year in 2022 when I got my first trail cam pictures of him on November 10th. He was a 3.5-year-old of what I thought, big 3x3, no brow tines, and we called him Tall Boy because he kind of grew straight up, not really out like a normal deer would. So called him Tall Boy and decided to give him the pass for that year, and hoping that he would make it to this year. But the story really starts when I had my first encounter with him on November 20th. It was I was setting all day. It was around noon. I was eating my lunch actually, and I heard some deer running behind me, and a doe came through, and then he was behind her through some thick stuff. The footage isn't great, but he stopped. He got downwind of me, and the sun was on him, and there was condensation dripping off his nose, and it was a super cool encounter. And I was just really hoping that that deer was going to make it through the year to 2023. That way, that maybe I could hunt him the next year. Alright, so we had that super cool first encounter with him on November 20th. So then the next week is the West Virginia rifle season here. And that week we had numerous trail cam pictures of him. And it was just super cool to see this deer. He was all over the farm. We were seeing him every night on trail cam. But on Thanksgiving morning, November 26th, I was sitting in the tree stand and looked out behind me in the field. And I seen a deer a long ways away. And got the camera out and got on him as quick as I could, and it was him. He was walking back into the woods from where I was, away from me. But that was another super cool encounter with him, even though it was a long ways away. It was cool to see him walking in the daylight again. So another super cool encounter with him last year. And we had numerous trail cam pictures of him throughout the year. And then I ended up killing the deer I was after that year. But the last picture I had of him was on December 5th. And so I had a feeling that he was going to make it as long as he could make it through muzzleloader season last year, which I had a lot of confidence that he would. And so going into that summer, we're putting in food plots and stuff in hopes that this deer was going to be back. And then didn't have any shooters all throughout early season. We hunted some here and there, but I didn't really have anything to go after. And then, the 1st of November comes around, so the rut's really heating up. And we're hunting that first weekend of November, like the 2nd through the 4th, and hunted hard all day. And then decided to sleep in on Sunday, November 5th of 2023. And woke up the next morning and checked the trail cameras, and he had finally showed back up, which was just I can't describe the feeling. It was so cool that he had made it, and he came back almost the exact same time that he did in 2022. So it was game on. I had to go back to school, but I knew I was going to come back in the next weekend and try to kill this deer. So we come back in the next weekend on the weekend of the 10th. And hunt the 10th and the 11th, and then the 12th, which was Saturday. I couldn't hunt that evening, but my dad went out, and man, he just had an awesome encounter with this deer. Watching the footage back and watching how close he was to this deer without being able to get a shot was it was so fun to watch. So Dad had that super cool encounter with him on November 12th. We hunted the 13th, but didn't have any luck. Then I had to go back to school for the week, and then was going to come back, and November 20th was the opener of rifle season here in West Virginia. And so we were going up to camp on Sunday the 19th, and we were going to sit that evening and bow hunt. And so we got up, we were getting our stuff together, getting up there as fast as we could, and we started walking across the field, and I decided to check the cameras right as I was walking across the field. And that deer was in there in my uncle's stand 30 minutes before we got there. And so we slipped in really quick. Didn't have any luck that evening. Hunted Monday morning. It was super windy out. I hunted. My dad wasn't hunting. And then I decided to get down out of the stand and go check my dad's trail camera Monday morning. And got up to my dad's stand. It was around 10 o'clock or so, and it was super windy. My dad's on top of a hill, so I was thinking to myself, man, there's no way this deer is up on top of the hill in this wind. And I walked up there, and I was walking out the road, and luck would have it, he's working a scrape 50 yards away from me as I turned the corner, and there wasn't any way I could shoot him. He took off as soon as he seen me. So then in the back of my mind, I'm like, I hope I did not scare this deer for good. But didn't get any pictures of him that night. Had to go to work on Tuesday, and the weather was horrible weather. So I'm at work, and I get off work and check the trail cams, and he was in there at like 1 o'clock on Tuesday. So that was a heartbreaker. I could have been in there, but I wasn't. So then we hunt all day Wednesday. No deer. Didn't see him Wednesday. And then Thursday morning, we wake up, and we're making coffee, and I check the cameras. I get out of bed, and he was on camera at 5:45, right below my dad's stand. And I told Dad he needed to get ready and get in his stand as fast as he could, because he was going to get a shot at him this morning. And I wasn't really in a hurry to get to my stand, because he was like 700 yards away from my tree stand and walking the other way. So I kind of took my time and got in there about daylight, and man, I got up to the top of the tree and heard footsteps, and yeah, that was it. Bep. He's flicking his tail back in there. I think I got him. He's going down. Let's go. I think I smoked him. It's Thanksgiving morning, baby. Let's go. Oh my gosh, that's the buck we've been after all year. That's so awesome. Oh, man. That's so sweet. I just got up here 5 minutes ago. That is crazy. I mean, I just got up here 5 minutes ago. We were so late. And he was on camera an hour ago, 600 yards to my north. And he came out from the complete opposite way that camera is. Came from the south. Walked right in front of me and I put it right on his shoulder. Whew. Let's go. Didn't have time to do an interview this morning. I mean, I just got here. I can't believe that happened. Thanksgiving morning never fails, baby. Let's go. That happened fast. Well, went back to look at the footage and we didn't have any. I forgot to press record because I was pretty excited, but we got down out of the tree and walked over here, and we were looking for some blood, trying to figure out the exact path he went. And I looked up and I can see his white belly here. He ran probably he ran probably 100 yards. So, but we're gonna walk up here and take a look at him, see what we got. Big. I'm sorry it wasn't you. Feel bad.
A lot of steak. A lot of deer steak.
Got him out of shape. Whew. Well, we found him and drug him out here, and it's pretty bittersweet. The challenge hunting this deer was really fun and really enjoyable, and it sucks when it's over. But he came in. I had just sat down and got the stuff together, and I heard walking and looked up, and it was him. And it was just such a rush. I didn't get the camera started, so. But yeah, it's just an awesome morning, and it was so much fun hunting this deer. But it's the end of his story, and it was a fun one.